Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, doing a best of 3 Phyrexia, all will be one draft, and we got a pretty excellent Mythic here in Tekuthal, Inquiry Dominus. 4 mana, 3/5 flyer. If you would proliferate twice instead. And then you can pay either 3 mana or 1 mana into 4 life, or you get it. And then you remove 3 counters from among other artifacts, creatures, and planeswalkers you control, and you can make it indestructible, which is pretty sweet. You know me, I love toxic and putting poison counters on my opponent, so this is real fun for that. Also really good for oil-based decks, but admittedly, I don't know why I haven't really built that, but I guess I'm just addicted to poisoning my opponent to death. So we have Annex Sentry as well, which is a great card. Toxic and exile something. Necro Titan, good corrupted card. 4 mana, 6/6 potentially. Armored Scrap Gorger, also good. Ramp Thing, gets bigger, interacts with the whale stuff. But taking the Mythic. Never looking back. All right, follow-up pick. Let's look at the best card in the pack, which would be... well, I don't know. Porcelain Zealot, not on color with our first pick, but if I want to make a Toxic deck, I suppose it wants to be in the same deck. I mean, it also pumps anything, so that's not bad. Just pumps toxic stuff more. It's also an uncommon. Usually best to take the uncommons. Distorted Curiosity could be the pick for that reason. You know, I haven't gotten to take this yet. I want to play Toxic. It's on color with our first pick. Possibility we wield a Prologue to Phyresis, which would be really excellent. I like Zealot's Conviction. Swooping Lookout is deceptively good. Maybe that's why it's an uncommon. Or maybe it's because it's got 2 abilities and it's an artifact and all that. I don't know. But great in this format because there's a lot of stuff that it holds up. Otherwise, there's Stalker, which is also kind of something I feel like we can pick up on the wheel. But I'll take the Distorted Curiosity, mostly because I haven't played it yet. Okay. Wow. Whenever you proliferate, draw a card, and we have Tekuthal Inquiry. Wow. That's pretty sweet. Well, that's a good reason to take it. Wow. Fun. Maybe we'll be able to wield both of these Prologue to Phyresis. But yeah, proliferate twice, and then you get to draw. So basically 7 mana, proliferate twice, draw 2 cards. But then just go off with Tekuthal too. That's pretty sweet. I think we'll take it. It's also plenty of toxic and green, so maybe we'll be lucky enough. Or maybe we end up splashing Azuri, you never know. Good blue cards in here otherwise, though. Surgeon obviously is good with stuff that's non-creature spells and proliferating because it has to do with oil counters, and then same with Blister Zoa. Gets oil counters, so a lot of good cards for us here, but we'll take the rare because that's a fun-looking rare with what we've got. Whoa. 6 mana 4/4 costs 3 less to cast if you have 9 or more cards in your graveyard. When it enters the battlefield, exile 3 cards at random from your graveyard, choose a non-creature, non-land card from among them and copy it. Huh. That's a weird one. At random. Well, I guess it's a little less good because it's just a random. The Cinder/Ravager is actually a really amazing card. Pushes us more towards the oil build than Toxic, I guess. Otherwise, Raptor's pretty excellent too. I don't mind, you know, drafting a bunch of really powerful cards this early. Like, I don't mind. Triple red seems unrealistic based on what we have, but this Ravager seems like something we could splash if we do blue-green. And I really do think this effect is quite good. Plus, now we have some incentive to go more of an oil counter thing. So it could actually take the Prism here. This is pretty cool, too. It's a pretty solid uncommon. It proliferates and you get a permanent card back from your graveyard. We already have 3 pretty powerful permanents we want to get back. 2 rares and a card that probably could have been a rare and no one would have batted an eye. Otherwise, yeah, Prism is looking solid as like a way to fix for this, but maybe we take the Restoration, push a little bit deeper into green-blue. I haven't played with this yet, but it does seem like a pretty good card. And it is an uncommon. You know how much I love those uncommons. Otherwise, Insight's good too. It proliferates and draw 3, but let's go for the uncommon, try it out. All right, Nahiri. This card is technically good, just not exactly what I'm looking for right now. I think we might just take the Augury. Man, I'm like set up really well to be either Toxic or oil, but I'm going to actually need toxic or oil because basically all we have is a ton of proliferate cards that are awesome. I love Augury. Very good card. Spore Singer, certainly not bad either, and would help us since we have, you know, well, I guess we have 3 creatures. That's not bad. But yeah, I'm going to take the Augury. I actually like Curator too, but Augury is just excellent. All right, well, you know me, I love making the Font of Progress deck. This might actually be a time to take the Copperline Gorge and get some fixing for free. I think it makes sense if we're realistically going to try and splash this Ravager, which I think we are. So let's do that. Otherwise, yeah, Font, a fun card. Certainly fun, but I think we want to try something else here. Jeez, bunch of black cards. Testament Bear's good. Guess we take the Engulfer. Not great, not terrible. I don't think we're doing Cackler. More likely in green than red. Probably just, like I said, splashing in red. I guess we'll take Engulfer. I don't really need it, but it is green. So Bring the Ending and Titanic Growth. A bunch of red cards. Interesting. Well, we probably take Bring the Ending. Not that it's amazing, but we're technically in Toxic colors and really still have a good opportunity to go off with Toxic if we can't make oil work. Like, we can take Stalker here. Certainly playable, not great, but otherwise Thirsting Roots for fixing. But I would like to play Toxic. We have just 2 corrupted cards and a boatload of Proliferate. It's a lot of reason to get some cheap Toxic dudes, in my opinion. Wow. Well, there's good blue cards here, so that's nice. So we can take the Surgeon or we can take the Blister Zoa. The Surgeon kind of makes sense. Like, giving a Stalker flying is going to be pretty good. And they both do the oil counters, and we already kind of have a couple expensive things, so... Alright, I suppose Troll does make sense. This is cool, too, because it proliferates. But we could end up oil counter stuff, and then you get to... I mean, you gain 3 life regardless, but then you also could draw a card, which is pretty good. Alright, Maze's Mantle. Certainly a playable card if we can get some more Toxic. And Anatomist, surprisingly playable, too, in this spot. So, off to really not a bad start at all, but... we still need some more Toxic help here. So, I like the Battle Chair. This card is good. I'm thinking about the Skitterfang, though, just because it's quite a bit cheaper. It gets oil counters, and the effects you get from it are really nice. So, I've been really impressed with this card, and it's just efficiently costed enough where I think I want it. Mesmerizing Dose is good. It's removal that proliferates. Obviously good for us. Blightbilly Rat in black is good. It's Toxic. It also has Proliferate. This is removal. The Battle Chair is a legit finisher for if you have a ton of mana, but I'm going to go for the lower costed thing here that interacts with all of our Proliferate. For now, we'll see. Alright, we could take the Basilisk here, or we could just take the Dose. We only have 1 Toxic card, so I kind of want some more Toxic. Plus we only have, well, we have 9 creatures actually, that's not bad. Charge of the Mites, not bad either. Prism would be helpful, but it's Basilisk versus Dose, and I think that's it. Thinking about taking the Toxic over the removal. That's tough, though. But if I don't end up with enough Toxic, we're going to end up with a boatload of Proliferate and no way to do anything with it. So I think I will take the Basilisk. That's a tough one. If you're going Toxic, you really need to, you know, pick up some Toxic. All right, Injector. There's one. Totally playable card. Actually, very efficiently costed for what you get out of it, too. I like it. Like, think how awesome Injector is on a Stalker, too. Turn 3, you get to turn this into a Toxic 3/3/3 attacker. That's pretty strong. Ascent is playable, though. I don't really want it. And how many artifacts do we have? Just 1? I think it's a pretty easy Injector if I really want to make Toxic work. And we maybe wheel the Thirsting Roots, which is also good for this deck. So, Paladin of Predation, technically playable finisher. Could take the Cultivator. It's kind of slow, though, but it can attack. Does not have Defender. It's not exactly what I'm looking for. This is totally playable, too. You can proliferate off of it. I could take the super expensive Toxic finisher. I think it's playable, but we probably just play Dose, actually, and go for cheaper Toxic and just get the removal going now. I think that makes sense. So Observer is a amazing pickup for us here. More Proliferate. Plus Toxic. Just what the doctor ordered. Great pickup for us. Happy about that one. All right. So we can take the Blister Zoa. It's a totally fine card. It's a little expensive, but obviously good with all the Proliferate we have, so we'll take it. Nothing else for us here anyway, so that'll do. So Long Legs is not bad, but we gotta snap up the Expanse here. Long Legs not bad just because there's a lot of the cheap Toxic, a lot of cheap flyers, and it blocks those, plus you can Proliferate off of it, which is nice. This has Toxic and draws, which is actually pretty good, but Crew 3 is not so easy to do, and we really want this Expanse. I want to be able to play my spells here. So could take another Maze's Mantle, which is not bad. I love the Scheming Aspirant plan. I've gotten to do that before, and it's a lot of fun, but we'll take a second Mantle. We don't have that much removal, so Combat Trick that on most of our creatures also gives hexproof, but that's not true. But getting a Battle Chair here is also good. Let's get rid of the Engulfer. I don't think we need this card. All right, Prism, certainly a fine pickup for us. Probably don't need the Troll. Just looking at things we can upgrade at this point. Thirsting Roots, our fixing is just there at this point, which is good. We get Array with one mountain and we can play the Ravager. I do think this card is probably worth main decking. The problem is we don't have the cheap oil to support it, but it's not too late. Maybe we'll find it. I'll just take the rare here because I'm not going to play Atlas. I want my ramp to be cheaper for my fixing. Venser. Well, this is a cool card. How realistically are we going to be able to play it? Probably not super realistically. Whereas Thrumming Bird, I love Thrumming Bird. This also has evasion, which is really good. So we're going to take that and hope to wheel, I don't know, likely wheel Thirsting Roots, but don't really need it. We'll take the Thrumming Bird. Unfortunately, well, the nice thing is Thrumming Bird is really good with the Injector too. You give Toxic and then you get to Proliferate, so another Injector wouldn't hurt. I would be okay with that, but admittedly we are pretty light on the Toxic. And then we get past a Venerated Rot Priest, which is unbelievably good. Super powered, exactly what our deck wanted. I don't even think we have things that... Oh, that's not true. We have the Maze's Mantle. That's even better. Opponent casts removal spell on Rot Priest, gets a poison counter. We cast Maze's Mantle, they get another poison counter, and it gains hexproof. Yeah, I could see that happening. That's pretty awesome. Good blue cards in here otherwise, but yeah, the easiest Rot Priest I've ever picked up in my life. All right, Retrofitter. I love this card. I wish we had... Well, we have 4 artifacts, actually. That's not bad. And the Prism's a great one for it. I'm going to take it over the Ruthless Predation because of it. It's really strong. Very, very strong card. And also, 2/3 body is good, too. Gets to block. We'll take it. Okay, so... This has oil counters, so it's going to be good with Proliferate. That could just be the pick here. Does not have Toxic, however, but... Rewarding us for all our Proliferate probably just makes it worth it. So we probably just take it over Hunter Maze. I mean, it's going to make the deck, and it's going to get huge in this deck, so we'll take it. So we can take the Long Legs, but I think I prefer the Augury. What does this do? Oh yeah, this is a weird card. We've got some multicolor in here, so I don't think I want it. There is a Prism, too, which would be fine. And actually, there's a decent argument for Prism because we have the Retrofitter. And it just replaces itself. But I wonder if I'd rather just have the Proliferate. I think I would rather have Proliferate. It's a tough one. Another Augury? Wow. Or Ruthless Predation, get some removal. I mean, we have decent bodies, and I suppose we could definitely use some more removal. Good with the Basilisk, too. I do love Augury, but I'm going to take Predation here over the Battle Chair, too. So, another Expanse. Great pickup for us. Definitely making the deck. Get some more fixing. Well, we don't need that. Brutalizer. Wow, pick 8 Brutalizer. This card is so good. Toxic 3, no less, too. Wow. That's pretty incredible, actually. So I guess we take a Skull Bomb. Possibly makes the deck with the Retrofitter. Don't really need it, but Augury or Predation. Probably just take all the Auguries. You don't, I mean, Augury's just great. You put one poison counter on them and you just proliferate for a cheap cost. It replaces itself with potentially a card you need at the time. It's very good. Font of Progress. As cute as it is, I mean, that is cool. And we have all this proliferate. Do I try it? You know what? I'll try it. I've tried it before. It does win some games. Sometimes it ends up being a real wasted pick. But with the amount of proliferate we have, I really do think Font can easily end some games. Like, it goes to 1,000,000 real fast in this deck. So, all right. We ended up with a pretty cool looking deck, actually. Pretty fun deck. A lot of proliferate going on. Some fun proliferate action. And we can pretty easily splash the Ravager and not have it harm the deck at all with 2 Terramorphics and a Copperline Gorge. So that's nice too. We do have to find some cuts, however. And we have 15 creatures. So I don't want to cut too many creatures, but we can certainly cut some because we have Augury. And these kind of draw card effects, I think, are reasonable to count as like a half a creature in your deck. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of things Restoration gets back in here. So I might cut the Mantles, but that's our only way to really target the Rot Priest. That's not true. We have the Predation too. Let's cut the Counterspell. Even though I like it, we're just going to have to make room for stuff here. I want to keep Curiosity too, because it's a lot of card draw effects though, so maybe we don't need it. Am I going to have to cut Skull Bomb? So Skull Bomb, the only reason Skull Bomb is in here is because of the Retrofitter, so I don't think we're going to do it. I still have... Yeah, actually, that's another good reason to run Font. Font just becomes a 4/4 randomly with the Retrofitter. That's nice. So we have, yeah, Font, Injector, and Prism all can become 4/4s. That's pretty nice. If I was going to cut a creature, it's probably... Oh, I guess this is an extra creature too. 3 6-drops. That's quite a few. I don't know if it's a huge deal, but it's quite a few 6-drops, admittedly. And we do have to find some cuts. So really we're running like 16 creatures right now, which is with 3 Auguries and a Curiosity, I think we're still fine. Do I need the Thirsting Roots? I mean, it's cheap proliferate. How much Toxic did we end up with? We have the Rot Priest, Injector, Stalker. It's 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 actually isn't bad. Oh, 7 Retrofitter. That's actually pretty good. It's like almost half our creature base is toxic. I can be happy enough with that. So if I was gonna cut a card from here, what would it be? It's got to be Anatomus. This seems like the weakest by a long shot. It does have proliferate, but it's a 4-mana 2/5 that has to enter tapped if you want it to proliferate. A lot of times you feel like you're just going to pay 4 mana to proliferate or get a 2/5 blocker, so neither of those sound super appealing. I'm debating cutting Restoration. As much as I like it, and we do have some powerful stuff to bring back, we're kind of just looking for cuts now, and I would like to keep things that can... At this point, stuff like Maze's Mantle really benefit the deck because they target. So they give us extra ways to get poison counters on our opponent. Whereas Restoration does have Proliferate, which is good as Zuri synergy. I don't know if that's what we want. I do like proliferating in this deck in particular, though. So it's tough. Because we, honestly, it kind of feels like we're not going to end up being able to play the Mantles either. I think we'll cut the Thirsting Roots. I do like Proliferate. I do like Fixing, but I can't justify that. I think we cut it. It does do a similar thing to Prism. It's just that Prism is better with the Retrofitter and replaces itself and fixes, whereas Thirsting Root doesn't replace itself, but it can proliferate. I think I'd rather have Prism, just straight up replace itself, draw the extra card. It's a tough call either way, though. This, like, fixes for all 3 colors, too, whereas this is only going to be able to fix you for 1. Not that that's a huge deal, but Something to pay attention to. So I still have to make 4 whole cuts, huh? I think the restoration is going to go, as much as I like it. Still have to make 3 cuts. Technically, I can still cut at least 1 more creature. I could just take red out of the deck and cut the Ravager, but especially since we don't have that many oil counter things. We have font, actually, adaptive, that's 2. 3. Oh, surprisingly, I already have more than I thought. 4. This is starting to get unexpected. I guess that's it, though. It's just they're all cheap. 5. So, like, 5. Could cut the battle chair. I have lost to this card, though. I'm pretty impressed by it, but I suppose we don't need it. With 2 other 6-drops that are huge. Or evasive, or both. I don't think we need it. And I think I want to Splash Ravager. This is pretty excellent. Dealing, you'd be... I mean, the thing about this format is you have the 1/1 tokens. So dealing 1 damage to each creature your opponents control can absolutely be straight up board wipe win con. This is honestly like often a 5 mana 5/5 vigilance. It's cheaper. You pay 1 less and you get a 5/5 vigilance board wipe. It really can be that. And that's like an instant scoop. So cards that typically can instant scoop like that, make your opponent instant scoop rather, I would say are pretty amazing. So now we're at that tough spot where I really need to make more cuts and I don't know what to cut. So the problem is basically if I want to play for Rot Priest, I should play the Mantles. But if I want to play for Proliferate, I should probably just cut the Mantles and call it a deck and just be okay with that. It's a tough call. It is. It's just, personally, I think I value the Mantles less than, like, drawing cards. Or, I mean, as amazing as the synergy is with Rot Priest, it only gives hexproof on half of the creature base, too, which isn't bad, but still. I think this is, like, the best way to do this deck, I believe. I think this is the way to do it. Really hone in on that Proliferate, because we just have a boatload of Proliferate. 3 Auguries, Thrumming Bird. We're already at 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. This can do it 9. 9 ways to proliferate. A couple of them, like, I mean, Tekethal Tainted Observer is just absurdly strong. You get, what, 2 proliferates per creature? It's pretty awesome. All right, this looks like a fun deck. What's our colors looking like? 13 and green, then just 1 red. So we already have 4 red sources, which is great. We have 7, 8, 9 blue sources, and then 5, 6, 7, 9 green sources. I guess we have double green, so I kind of agree with that. Although we have more double blue. But I don't know if I necessarily want to go to 10, 10, 8 either. I mean, we could go 10, 8. It's just, we have a lot of green early stuff I really want to resolve too. I think this is fine. With the fixing we have, I think this is good. I like this deck. It looks like fun. We'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. All right, here in round 1, we'll play first. That's a good hand. I don't know what I'd rather play first. I guess probably the Injector. That way if I draw a creature, I can equip it on turn 3 and, I don't know, probably do something else. Alright, well that actually worked out. Now I can do the Expanse, get the red mana, play the font. Be good. I mean, do you play turn 4 Azuri or do you just wait? I feel like you probably wait. Especially with both of these. So let's get our red mana. Prism, not bad. Let's get the Observer down now. That way next turn we can go Prism, draw, plus do Injector, or something else. If we have to. Getting to 7 mana may take a while, but proliferating twice, not bad. At least this doesn't have toxic. Let's see if they rummage now or deal damage. Oh, guess they're planning on rummaging. Alright, well that worked out. I'm going to protect the Rot Priest, which means... Oh, I guess I can still play Prism and protect Rot Priest, huh? Cool. Alright. Do this. Nice. Rot Priest, Equip Injector, pass. Already have a Toxic 2/1/4, not bad. Basilisk obviously looking better since it can actually attack into Engraver or whatever else we likely need it to. So next turn probably just, what, Basilisk and Suited Up. I'm okay with that. I mean, it opens up Rot Priest to removal, but at this point Basilisk is more valuable to us as like a way to poison our opponent. Who knows, maybe we'll mill them out with Font of Progress at some point. Just slowly but surely building towards a Azuri. Mana's actually okay, because at least, you know, it lets us do something with Azuri, so that's okay. Play the Basilisk, suited up with some Toxic, and then pass. So just a couple mana from Azuri now, which still is, you know, kind of valuable to us at the moment. At least putting 2 counters on Font. So far opponent has just rummaged away a land. And yeah, like I said, it probably at this point just is in our best interest to wait until we can draw 2 cards off of Azuri. And this is whenever they cast non-creature and then you can remove and you can discard. Okay. So we're up to 6. Still just playing the waiting game, but we can at least attack here with the Basilisk and put some poison on them, which I think we will do. Yeah, that's fine. So, I guess it makes sense to re-equip so we can block the Theorist. This does open Basilisk up to get killed, but I don't know how much that matters. We've already put the poison on him, so now getting the double proliferate is kind of a big deal. It's doing a lot more for us. It does, however, mean I can't play Azuri and re-equip and get in with Basilisk, which could be relevant. So we'll block the Theorist. Could make it so our idea actually worked out for us. Basically protected us for 2 damage, and then if we draw the land, So we didn't draw the land, but that's really not a big deal either. So we can play Tekethal, and we can even use the ability, I think. I guess we can't, can we? Because we only have 2 counters to remove. So we can't make it indestructible, but we still definitely play it here, so. Although, do I want to attack first? Maybe we attack first here. Because I can't proliferate anyway, this turn at least, so get in with Basilisk. They got a block here, right? Just throw away a Glistener Elf. Why not? You don't need it. No, taking it. That's pretty surprising. So I'll play Tekethal. I still don't have 3 counters to remove, so... in case they have an answer for Tekethal, maybe I do re-equip. Because then... So we get to proliferate 4 times with Tekethal. It's pretty amazing, actually. Still just holding back Rot Priest for some... You know, because they might have a bounce spell here or whatever. At least we can have a little bit of some blocking. They wanted to put the land back in, so that they really want to draw the land there. All right, it's good to know. I mean, we're a land away from Azuri just being super mean. We get to draw 4 cards, put 4 poison counters on them, put 4 counters on Font of Progress. That is pretty strong. I guess... Theorist kind of prevents them from milling out, though, doesn't it? Well, it only sort of does, I guess. They still have to keep that mana up and use it, which I'm sure they will. But certainly doesn't protect them from this Azuri. So we're going to go for it. If they have it, so be it. If they have the answer. We're not, you know, obviously we're doing it here, so. See if they have the counter. Quad proliferate is pretty nuts. Yeah. 4 proliferate, draw 4 cards? Yes, please. Now with Augury, it's just GG's. So we'll just chill now. I mean, we have the answer. We've got lethality in hand at this point. I guess it's... Maybe there's just some argument to cut Font of Progress since they have the Transplant Theorist. It kind of makes the whole font plan a little bit worse. I mean, it's going to be pretty hard to ever successfully mill them out with a Resolve Transplant Theorist on their side. It's possible, it's just much more difficult. Serum Snare. So they get another poison counter that puts them to 9. And they're bouncing Azuri. Huh. Okay. Alright, I guess they're ready to die there. That's fine. Alright, so I think we can dump the font plan. We don't need it anyway. We probably can run something like Maze's Mantle now. I think that was one of our last cuts. Or we can do the Unnatural Restoration. They basically just put like an Observer in our graveyard. You know, actually with Terramorphic, it's kind of nice. I just realized that. Getting a land back sometimes and proliferating is actually pretty good. Especially for Terramorphic. Just get any land you need. I kind of like that. They do have Vault Charge. We didn't see any other piece of spot removal, but this kills things, so I guess that counts. We don't have much removal of our own either. So I do like the idea of I like the idea of Restoration. I like the idea of Maze's Mantle. They're both good. Counterspell's probably not bad either. They were obviously just, you know, short on their red mana the whole game. Yeah. I kind of like Restoration more, even though Mantle's going to be better with the Rot Priest. I think Restoration to me is kind of appealing now. Obviously the cheap proliferate, but also, like I said, getting back a Terramorphic when to just gets that extra mana. So we have quite a few uses for extra mana with paying extra proliferate here, and getting to our 6 drops, paying here. This is really a 7 drop, so yeah, we'll try that. I don't love it, but I'm not gonna mull it either. So we'll probably open with Terramorphic, get a green, just to thin out some lands, and we need the double green for Brutalizer anyway. So get our second green mana. It's not a bad draw at all. So we go turn 3 Basilisk. We're gonna likely do turn 4 Brutalizer. Tough not to do a turn 4 4/4 Toxic 3. That's pretty strong. I mean, my other option is to wait to proliferate, but I don't know if I want to necessarily do that. So I'll get our blue mana, play the Basilisk, and pass. I mean, best use of mana is going to be Brutalizer. Waiting to proliferate may not be what I need to do, so okay, that's fine. So I think we'll just get in there and then play the Toxic dude. Alright, so we're a mana away from that. We'll get in with our Toxic 2 here. This can only do creatures and planeswalkers, so that's nice. Alright, so there's a Rot Priest, but we gotta play the Blister Zoa, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they have Xaxes, lethal, but Blister Zoa can at least trade with their Fisher. So we'll keep getting in. We need to keep putting some Toxic down, I think. Technically can block the Chimera too. Alright, that's fine. They had what they needed, so we'll go to game 3. And let's see. What do I want to do for sideboarding out of game 3? I'm not sure I want to do anything different. I think we've got everything we need. And Cinder/Slash Ravager just completely would have changed this too. Hexgold Slash pretty awesome against us, but can't do anything about that. I mean, I can Maze his Mantle, but they only have to hold up 1 mana instant speed, and we have to hold up 3. That's quite a bit more challenging. So I think we keep the same plan. I think we're well matched here. We basically had a handful of lands and drew a land, and they had to basically have everything every turn in order to beat us. So I'm okay with it. Yeah, we'll keep this. Not great because we don't have a way to get value out of a proliferate right now, but this is fine. All this proliferate. This would be a really good area to draw that injector. That would be huge. No injector draw, unfortunately. So, I mean, we still have the Tekethal, which is a big deal, so that's cool too. Obviously, don't need to do predation. Ooh, Stalker, that's a good one. So, we're going to do Tekethal, but we'll get in with the Thrumming first. And play Tekethal. Nope. See if they have the Serum Snare here. Can't really protect Tekethal either, but we do have a 3/5 flyer, so that's pretty good. Gosh, we could just go off with Proliferate too right now with Hummingbird. If we just had a way to put a poison counter on them. And they probably just have the Serum Snare, I'm guessing, to bounce. No? I feel like they would have played it if they had it there, just because they had the open mana and they hadn't played anything. So, alright, we'll play land and we'll smash, see what they got. If they bounce now, we'll just replay Tekethal, so it's not a big deal. Alright, that's pretty awesome. Just play a Stalker and then pass. I guess I could Predation now, but I'm gonna wait on that. Because with the Seer now, they're definitely gonna want to block the Stalker, but whatever. I mean, we're already, I guess, doing our job with damage, but it'd be nice to start cranking up those poison counters too, if I can. Really? Bounce the... Oh, they want to proliferate? Well, they should have done that before they removed the last counter from Glistener Seer, so... Very odd choice there. Molten Rebuke. So I can't protect it. So I guess we just allow it to die. So I could Augury. I'm going to wait on that. I'm not really in a rush. Alright, well, Brutalizer's a good one. So I'll get in. All this Proliferate, no poison. It's okay, Brutalizer deals pretty good damage on the front end too, so I think we're in pretty decent shape. Yeah. So I can Predation that. That's the beauty of Ruthless Predation, so let's do that, kill the Strider. So we'll get in. I think they got a chump here, obviously. No. Very surprising non-chump, but so be it. And then we'll play the Stalker too and pass. And I guess we can Augury end of turn and Proliferate some more. Yeah. Alright, so we can Curiosity, that's just easy. Just draw more cards. Skitterfang's good too, but... just no reason to not do this. So we do have 6 at this point, so maybe Blister Zoa is the play. So we'll get in with Brutalizer and then play Blister Zoa. I think that makes sense. I don't know why they didn't jump last turn. Very odd decision on their part. No plays. Well, so why don't we draw first? And then we can go. We don't have red mana for Ravager, do we? Guess not. So we can go. This is when something dies, right? Enters. No, it's just when it enters. Alright, so we'll do Adaptive plus Surgeon and attack with everything. I guess we can just attack with everything now. And then do the Adaptive plus the Surgeon. Alright. And they don't want to wait, so that's fine with me. We'll see round 2. Alright, round 2. We're on the draw, but we're going to mull this. Our deck's too good to get mana screwed, so I think we got to keep this one. Good hand, at least. So, geez. Probably dump the Retrofitter and the Blister Zoa, I'm guessing. Yeah, I think that makes sense. As much as I love Retrofitter, I think I'd rather have the Augury based on this hand, especially if we don't draw the lands we want. But this is actually a really good 5-card hand. Considering we had to mull twice, I'm pretty thrilled with this hand. Sure. Alright, Curiosity. Let's do the Stalker here. So, I don't have that many things that target. I could actually attack here. But it does make their removal worse too. Let's not attack. Making all your opponent's removal worse is good, I think. Sure. So we can Distorted Curiosity first, because we can't get them corrupted this turn anyway. We'll draw 2, so Divination. Ooh, well, this hand just got much more sexy now. So now we get to go Surgeon, Injector, equip on Stalker, give it flying, and get in for 3 toxic flying, which is pretty excellent. Alright, so we'll go land, Surgeon, Injector, equip, and we'll give flying here, give 3 toxic. It's pretty good. And then next turn, I guess we can potentially go Augury plus Basilisk. That way we can give flying again. So I think we're just going to take this. We take 11, though. It's quite a bit. It's a tough call. I don't know if I can afford to take 11. Whereas if I take 8, I'm not dead next turn. So it is actually a significant reason to block here, I think. I mean, I suppose they can just equip the Battle Vest and turn it into lethal, but that's all right. Nice one. 4/4 no less too, huh? So we can get lifelink. Yeah, it's a tough one. You get to just +1 and make a 4/4, huh? Seems pretty powerful, in my opinion. But what do I know? So, yeah, tough call here. I feel as though we have to play the Basilisk, but it's gonna be just a battle we can never win against Nissa, unfortunately. So I might just have to go Augury, put 2 counters on Surgeon. Plus, so get a land to play the Basilisk. Play land, give flying. We're at 9. So I'm going to have to block Basilisk on their Mantis and hope they don't have removal. I mean, I guess I have lethal. What does this do again? Oh, destroy an artifact or enchantment. So it's going to let them blow up the... This doesn't have reach, right? No, okay. Well, I think we actually do it here. And then play the Basilisk. Technically, I have 2 blockers. Alright, so they got us. We'll go to game 2. And, I mean, we almost won on a Multifive, so once again, I feel good. We almost won on a Multifive, and that includes beating Nissa, so I would say we actually did pretty good. I know our deck is good, so I'm certainly positive we can win this match. Just got to draw a little bit better. So do we want to? I guess I'm okay sticking to the font plan. Although once again, they could just blow it up with Nissa. But I guess whatever. What's the ultimate on this? Creatures you control get +1 for each force you control. I mean, this card is just ridiculous because you just get to make huge dudes each turn and they keep getting bigger for some reason. So I don't. And then I guess you could argue that it's 7 mana, but it's not. I mean, I guess it's 7 mana in the sense that if you want them to spit out as 4/4s, you have to pay 7. But they somehow paid the full 7 for that. Since they only have 5 mana, I'm not sure how they did that too. I missed out. Maybe they didn't. Maybe it comes in with 6 or something. I don't know. Very strange. So do I want the restoration? Probably not. Is Ravager still good? I guess not based on... Well, no, it blows up their 3/1 with the Batterfist. That's probably fine. I don't know what to do here. Do I want to do the Maze's Mantle? I'm not sure. I can't decide. Could do the counter spell. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense with Nissa and the Hazardous Blast and all that. So why don't we do that? And maybe we'll cut the font, I guess, even though I like the font. We'll cut that plan and just get the counter spell because we've got at least a couple big things we really want to counter. So we'll try that. So we can definitely keep this. This is a great hand. We want an untapped land so we can go... Well, now we... because we have 2 tap land, we can't even do it. But I guess it's not a huge deal. We'll go Hunter Maze first. Or maybe we should go... I guess it makes more sense to go Expanse first, get the blue mana. Yeah. Because that way we can, if we get untapped land, go Thrumming Bird turn 2, turn 3... Injector equip and just start getting those the poison train going here because we have the prism to get the red mana we need anyway, so I think this is the best way to do it. And even if we don't get the untap land, at least we can just play the injector and get that plan going. Alright, so we'll do this, and go injector and pass. So land here would be the best, because then we could keep Thrumming Bird like relatively protected with the injector. But, well, I did get the land. Not quite the one I wanted, but not a huge deal. So, I guess we can get red mana in case they blow up our Prism for some reason. Then the question becomes, what do I want to do next turn? I suppose we do probably Surgeon, then equip Injector, is my guess. So unfortunately, that's a blocker for our Thrumming Bird, but we're going to jam a Basilisk here, so I suppose it's okay. We got our 4th land too, that's not bad. So we'll go Basilisk and we'll equip the Injector to that, which is good. Let's see if I can get my son to chill out here. And they killed it with something. Oh, Hexcult Slash, okay. So in response to the equip, they did that. And I can't counter it. So now I guess we'll just block the Dune Mover because I can't get past the Copper Longlegs. Alright, so I have Augury, I have Surgeon, so I can at least do Surgeon block the Splitter. I guess we do Prism first. So we'll go land, we'll do Surgeon, I guess we'll equip with Injector here. I guess I could have done that in opposite order, but I'm not really likely going to get flying, I don't think. So we'll block the Splitter. Although I could get them for some poison here, but I can't really afford to take 9 damage, I don't think. I can't afford to lose a Surgeon either. Tough call. Because I don't have a lot of removal in here. I think we just gotta block like this. I gotta find some way to block Strider, I think. So we'll do Augury, hopefully find something. Yeah, just another Augury's not gonna do it. Sure, so then we'll go land, do Augury number 2, and at least get the Brutalizer down. And that's not going to be able to block the Strider, though. But, I mean, it's the biggest threat we got, so I guess we got to keep it. And then just hold up the counter spell and pass. So 3/3. And how much does it cost to equip? 3? Okay, well, I guess that's good. So we'll take a lot of damage. Yeah, we kind of need them to not have a follow-up, so counter that. And then we'll play the Brutalizer. Equip the Injector. I mean, we can do Blister Zoa too. That at least, I guess, because we're at 8. Maybe it does make more sense to do the Blister Zoa then. Alright. And then the removal spell. We're lethal. Alright, we'll see you in round 3, folks. Okay, round 3. Yeah, we can keep this. Pretty good hand. I actually have the one spell that can target Rot Priest in our opener, so how nice is that? So we'll obviously get our green mana turn 1, which means we don't get to play the Rot Priest turn 1, but that's alright. Maybe we'll draw a green mana. That would be fortunate. Get that Toxic going quick. Well, they had them all to 6. I guess that's helpful. Sure. So did not get the green mana, but not a big deal. All right. How much does it cost to equip again? 3. Okay, well that's good. So get the green mana here so we can play the Rot Priest. No, Injector's a good draw. So we'll do Rot Priest plus play the Injector. Pass. Which means next turn we can Predation plus equip Injector, which is nice. And this puts oil counters on stuff, sure. So this can remove oil counter to make it indestructible. Alright, so I think we'll just dose that, which is a little bit less sexy than I want because it's kind of a waste to proliferate, but at the same time it kind of permanently deals with a Bladed Ambassador, so that's nice. Plus we get a Toxic counter on him, get that engine going. Cashing out the Skull Bomb. That is fair enough. Let's see what they find here. Still attacking. Pretty bold. Alright, so we'll kill the Dune Mover. Probably equip first. Equip. Predation on Dune Mover. Put a poison counter on him. And then put 2 more on him. To 4 poison counters. That's pretty good. And next turn we can even do Augury. Maybe find some good card here. See if they're holding back the Halberdier now. Wise move, but fortunately for us, unfortunately for them, we drew the Skitterfang, so we even get to play Skitterfang, give flying. Give flying. Get in for 2 more poison counters. And then we can Augury as well. I guess we'll wait on that. Pretend like we got a counter spell or something. Alright, well it's got trample, but does not have reach, so that's good news for us. Suppose that makes sense. Alright, so we have a Retrofitter, which means a Skitterfang could get turned to a 4/4. That's not really relevant though, so probably could just turn the Blister Zoa on, I guess. To be honest, I don't want any of these cards. Maybe we do the Retrofitter. Just because I don't see why not, really. Because sure enough, we drew the land anyway, so. Alright, so we'll give flying to the Rot Priest again. Get in there. So now they can't even target our creatures with spells because they die. We take 7 here. And I think what we do, yeah, pretty tough time, pretty tough decision for them here. I don't know what they're gonna do. Oh, wow. That's surprising. They actually found the out for it. I mean, they still die because of the injector, but pretty good find on their part. Since it doesn't actually, you know, do it with a spell and all, so it's kind of sweet. So we're playing against like an equipment-y deck there. Could do the counter spell again. They are playing a big fat fatty there. But it looks like the rest of their deck's pretty cheap, so I don't know if I want to do that. Excuse me, I think Font of Progress is probably only good against slower decks, of which we're not. I don't think they showed us any removal. It certainly doesn't mean they don't have it. So I don't know if I want to do... Jeez. Yeah, what do I want to do here? I guess I could do the counter spell. It's usually... I can't imagine counter spell is great against a aggro deck, though. I don't love that. They might have some more beefy things in there, but they seem like they're quick. Like they're a quick deck. Otherwise, I can do the restoration, but like I said, we didn't see targeted removal, but it doesn't mean they don't have it. Otherwise, Maze's Mantle is also a combat trick. It's good with Rot Priest. Maybe we'll try that this one, see how that goes. Could be good. So we'll give that a try. Not having any anti-artifact or enchantment is making this a little tricky too. That would have been a snap include. Alright, this is a good hand. We go turn 2, Thrumming Bird, turn 3. I suppose we do turn 3, so we can get our red mana. Turn 3, turn 3 Skitterfang into Retrofitter. Not bad. This puts a toxic thing on board. So we want our red mana because we have all 3 colors now. Oh, well, that's... Yeah, maybe we do that instead. That makes more sense. Oh, well, then I probably should have... Whoops. I guess it doesn't really... I guess it kind of matters, but that's alright. Well, to be honest, I guess I'd rather them kill the Thrumming Bird than the Adaptive, just based on this hand, because I don't have that much toxic, but that's alright. So, Basilisk is actually maybe what we want here, although, no, I guess let's stick to plan. We want to do Skitterfang, we want to do Retrofitter, and in fact, now I wish I had 2 green, because I could do 2 things. I could do the Adaptive plus the Retrofitter, but now I probably am just going to end up doing Basilisk, I suppose. Oh, well, now I can do both. So we'll do Adaptive plus Retrofitter. I guess I can do that. And that way I put more counters on it, too. I don't have any artifacts to do it, but just getting the extra counter on Adaptive is pretty good right now, especially since I can proliferate at instant speed with the Augury. It's pretty nice, actually. This gets, like, bigger with equipment? Yeah. Well, they have a cool, like, theme deck. Plus, they have, I mean, multiple Hex Gold Slashes is a big deal against us. They had to burn them real quick, but they had some legit targets there. So how much does this cost to equip? Just 3? That's not bad. Alright, so we can Brutalize, or... So I guess we... Unfortunately, is it Power or Toughness? Or Toughness, wow. That's really good. So we'll go Basilisk. and the adaptive gets bigger. And then I can actually smash with adaptive. And I can do augury, instant speed, and that's pretty awesome. I should have actually attacked with the retrofitter too. That was a mistake. But that's alright. I kind of wanted them to block that, so now I can get another augury. For extra proliferate. Yeah, I probably should have swung with the retrofitter. It's alright. Not the end of the world. Sure. Wow. They got a great removal suite in their deck. I'm really impressed. We can get 2 toxic off on them. That's not bad. Alright. So, I guess this actually works out okay. So, we attack with... I suppose we are just doing the brutalizer this turn, aren't we? I think we have to. We need to get as much toxic down as we can. Not being able to pay for the proliferate is a bit painful, but gotta do what you gotta do. At least they're like cashing something out. I guess that's good. And we're on technically a 3-turn clock, so I guess that's good too. What are we getting back? Alright, Tekethal, great draw there. So we can smash with... oh, I can remove counters and make Tekethal indestructible too. How many do they need for this? You need to remove toil counters, and you get oil counters when things are put into the graveyard. So I think we can smash with everything here. Put 5 counters on them, which is good. Alright, well, they're just blocking anyway, so that's cool. So, put some counters on them. Play the Tekethal and then pass. And I can even, like I said, remove the counters and make Tekethal indestructible. So we're in pretty good shape here, actually. They need to have straight up another planar disruption or multiple Hexcult slashes or something to get out of this situation. So this lets them get something back. Okay. Huh. Oh, that's kind of cool. Get a dude back. Alright, let's see here if we can... So we can augury, double proliferate. Lee, it's okay. We're almost done, Lee. Almost done. I'm gonna set him down here. See if we can chill him out. Alright. Let's go augury and double proliferate. And oh, there we go. Alright, got her. Alright. Sweet. Well, ended up going 2-1 with this deck. I think it easily could have 3-0'd. It was a sweet deck. It's probably one of my favorite decks I've gotten to draft in the format. So that's saying a lot because I've had a lot of really fun decks in this format. But yeah, I'll take 2-1. That's just fine. Sweet deck. Happy to draft it. Happy to play it. We'll do some quick pack-would pick ones, and then I gotta go bottle feed my son because he is getting real excited. Did I forget to use my draft token? Or oh, this isn't a draft token. This is like I can play PTQs or something. All right, pack one, pick one. I'm thinking probably Drown on Acre. What's this do again? This like copies. I didn't even know about that card. That's a weird one. I like the Duelist too. That's a fun card, but I think it's an easy removal that also proliferates. It's pretty awesome. Blade of Shared Souls. I've tried this. It's a little clunky, but it's cool. It's cool. I could see going adaptive again, actually. This was real good with the Proliferate. Wow, this got huge real fast. And actually, I totally misread this card. The fact that it's power or toughness is a big deal, too. Or you could just, you know, go Toxic. This card's not bad. It's just crewing 3 is not as easy as you want it to be, I think. Do I just go with the rare? I mean, it's kind of cool. It's a 3-mana 2/2, though. Remains attached, you may have that creature become a copy. It's a little awkward. I'm not gonna lie. I'd take the adaptive over it. It is a rare effect, but all right. Back one, pick one here. I probably have to do the smart pick, which I think is the Raptor. I really like this card a lot. Great blocker, great attacker. Works well with the oil decks. Otherwise, it's way too early to pack one, pick one, a Stalker or a Head Cleaver. And Demolition is kind of an interesting card. The fact that you can blow up your own artifact to get 3/1/1s is kind of cool, but yeah, I'd go Raptor. Let's see. Pack one, pick one here. Probably take the hybrid. I love this card. Flyer, Toxic. I guess I could take the Glare and get removal, but this is an uncommon, and it's a pretty good one. Proliferating, getting it back from your graveyard for more evasive Toxic is nice. I'd go hybrid. And then final, pack one, pick one. Let's see. What's this do? 4 mana, 5/5, enters with 4 oil, has trample as long as it has 2 or fewer. Otherwise, it has hexproof. Remove an oil counter from it. Then if it has no oil counter, sacrifice it. Wow. Okay. Well, I haven't seen that card before either. It is pretty cool. 4 mana, 5/5, but it doesn't have trample until the last 2 turns of its existence. But it does have hexproof otherwise. 4 mana, 5/5 hexproof. First 2 turns and then trample the last 2. It's pretty good. I guess you take it. It's hard to go wrong with a 4 mana 5/5. Otherwise, Planar Disruption's a great removal spell, especially in this format. And we got to see play against the Hover Wings or whatever, so also a good card for my opponent's deck in that last match. But I guess I'd try the rare out. All right. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.